Before you jump on though, AB and John, Supreme John, I had a question about buying real estate with crypto. I have no experience on that. I was wondering if you guys do or not, because I know you guys deal with a little bit of that kind of stuff, but I'm not sure if you buy real estate with it or not. But if you could chime in, I would appreciate it. I'd love to learn that too. But that's all I got to say. So go for it, John.
Wait a minute now. AB and John are buying real estate with crypto.
No, I don't know if they are or not. I was asked that question. Hey, how do
Oh,
you buy real estate with crypto? Or can you? I'm like, I have no clue whatsoever on that one. But I may know a couple of people who might. And so I thought of AB and John, but I don't
interesting,
know. I don't know if they do or not.
interesting, interesting. I'm gonna give my laptop a second here.
Or anybody. If you guys are buying, yeah, buying real estate with crypto would be fire. So I'm assuming AB is not yet. Yeah. Well, if anybody has any ideas, yeah, I'd love to learn. But I didn't mean to interrupt, John. Go for it. I'm going to
No,
mute
never.
myself and listen to the masters.
Oh man. Well, before we do that, let's go on ahead and invite some people to hop in here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna put out a notification that we are going live. Calling buyers live. Man, what a day. Before we hop into this one, I just gotta say, what a day. What a day it is to be alive. What a day. I'm so grateful, man. I just gotta put some gratitude out there into the world, into the universe, up to God, and just say, man, everything in life right now is just going fantastic. And I know this is a season, and these things don't last forever. I'll find new challenges, new problems to solve. But man, right now, I really couldn't have I really couldn't have imagined that life could be this good.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because you know what, Bob? I've been doing everything that I told myself I should be doing for a consistent enough period of time that I've finally gotten results in multiple aspects of my life. And that is why, Bob.
Fantastic.
That is why.
But you had a lot of days that you had to go through to get to here, right?
Oh, so
It
many.
didn't just happen on day
So
one
many.
or day 10 or day 100. It takes a while.
It takes a long time. This is not an overnight thing. That's where I feel like a lot of people see just the result of the grind, but they don't see the monotonous Monday work, the monotonous grind, the chop wood, the carry water every
Yeah.
single day. And it's what you do that isn't published, isn't seen, isn't talked about that really ultimately defines your character. And so if you can just in the shadows, in the darkness, when nobody's watching, do what you really should be doing, ultimately you will get what you truly deserve.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Very happy for you. And I'm blessed to be here with you and all these good folks in this room and in this community. So,
Likewise, likewise. Well, I'm going to get ready here. AB, if you want to throw an announcement in the announcement channel, or John, anybody, feel free. I'm going to go on ahead and get the buyer pulled up here, and we're going to give him a call live. So, just a little background for everybody that's tuning in. We do this business, but that's nothing new. We've got a property under contract. Our boy Savion the Great got this property under contract in Louisville, Kentucky. I spoke with a member of the community that told me he was actively doing business in Louisville. And, we hit it off in the voice channel, and I thought, oh, I'd love to do some business. Pardon me, someone is calling right now. Let me see if this is him. Hello? Hello? Oh, we may have been reaching out to see Joanne. This is John Johnson. How are you doing today? I can't complain. I can't complain. We may have just been reaching out to see if you had any properties you were looking to accept an offer on at this time. Okay, no worries. Well, I appreciate the time, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye. Simple. All right, so I'm gonna give this guy a call. John, drop his name in the chat for me real quick. I forgot this guy's name. But anyway, so the background on this is, let me put up my camera. So we got a property under contract with Savion, and John is handling the dispo on this one, Supreme John. So shout out to Supreme John. He found this buyer, I'm assuming through Facebook, and this guy is saying that he wants to buy the property. The seller sold us the property for 92.5, and we're trying to dispo this for 122.5 minimum. John is like advertising this for like 135, and this guy was like, "Oh, I'll be at 110." And then, he kind of played, John kind of got him to like 115. And then John passed it over to me. I said, listen, we saw an as is comp right next door, sold cash, 125 on the market. We're in no rush to sell. We are reaching out as a convenience to active cash buyers in the area to see if any of them would like to purchase this property before it hits the open market and they have to compete with retail buyers. And we are giving you the opportunity to purchase this property today for $125,000. He was like, "Oh, well, is that the best you can do? Is that the best that you can do?" I said, "I'm not sure if I made myself clear that a property next door sold for cash at 125 on the market." I told him, I said, if he was saying, "Oh, well, I can close in 1 week, this and that." I said, "I understand that you can close in 1 week. For you, we can move forward and put pen to paper today at 122.5." He said, let me think about it. Let me go walk the property." I said, "Okay, cool." Man, people are blowing up my phone. I'm a popular guy. Let me get this guy on the phone, and we will go from there. Ready? Let me know if you can hear this, y'all. Mr. Reddy, this is John Johnson. How are you doing today? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Reddy, this is John Johnson. How are you doing today? I'm well, I'm well. I appreciate you taking my call. Yesterday I was out and about. I couldn't take it at that time. I just wanted to follow up with you today to see if you got a chance to go and take a look at that property. Fantastic. So then I just wanted to reach out to see if you were ready to move forward at 122.5.
The amount of work that needs to be done on the year end.
So this is not something that you'd be interested in moving forward with? Yeah, like I mentioned yesterday, 115 is going to be too low. The comp next door sold for 125 on the market, and our intention is really to reach
When
out.
it's sold, when it,
I can send that over to you. I don't have it in front of me right now. I can get that sent over to you. Um, yeah, we put one of our guys in the property to go and take the photos. None that I'm aware of. It's just the loan. But we're not interested in doing anything creative in terms of financing. This is a cash deal. I'm unaware of any liens for code violations, um, but I'm not sure, if that what relevance that's going to have in terms of the purchase price. I mean, all of that is taken care of at the closing table. That's not any additional expense to you. That's coming out of the seller's proceeds. No, none have been mentioned to me. I'm I mean, the house is vacant. I'm not sure like how relevant this information is though to purchasing the property. Yet it's been vacant. It's been vacant for a while. So this was her primary residence. She lived in this property, and then she had life events where she had to go and move, and the property's been sitting vacant. This guy's saying a whole lot of nothing. That's what this guy's saying. Well, what are your intentions with this property? Are you looking to hold this property and add it to your portfolio, or are you looking to fix and flip this property? Okay, have you looked into what rents in the area are actively renting for? Do you have an idea about what to expect? Okay, 1,200 to 1,300, and I'm just going off what you're telling me. I don't have those numbers in front of me right now. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. We do have other interest in the property. There are some people that do want to go check it out today. So, I mean, I can't guarantee anything, unless you wanted to move forward at 122.5. Like I said, that was a convenience we were offering to you because we want to reach out before it hits the market. But either way, if we don't get 122.5, we will list this property on the MLS and it will sell to a conventional buyer. So if this isn't a property, that you think you could fix and hold, add to your portfolio, or flip it, you know, there's going to be somebody that buys it to go and live there. Correct. That's irrelevant, but it's small. I'm saying that's irrelevant, but it is a small assignment fee. Yep, this is my direct number. All right, well, go on ahead and let me know. I greatly appreciate it. Uh,
Let me ask some question on that. But what do we do? 120?
Like I said, we're at 122,500. If you want to close in the next week, you're telling us that you're all cash. You want to close in the next week, we will give this property to you. We will not list this property on the MLS. You will not need to compete with conventional buyers that are willing to pay more than what that as is comp sold for cash. If that is the convenience that you want, the price is going to be 122.5 minimum. All right. Well, please go ahead and run those numbers and let me know if you want to move forward on that today. What we can do is if you do want to move forward today, we can put something in writing, get that to the title company, and we won't be showing the property to anybody else. But until then, the property is still up for grabs. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Mr. Reddy. Hopefully we can do some business. Take care.
Where are you from? Are you local to
Nope, I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. I do this business completely virtually. Right now, I'm in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Maryland?
Yep. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, bro. I hope that you guys can see how I speak to these people. You know what I'm saying? He's asking completely irrelevant questions. Where am I from? I mean, we all came from the same place. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter. That's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
What is your assignment fee on this deal? Completely irrelevant. You have no business asking me these questions. The question is, do the numbers work for you at this price or not? And if they don't work for you, I understand they're going to work for somebody. I'm in a position where I am able to list this property on the MLS. We know how to get the most money for this property. We will sell this to a conventional buyer and make more money on an assignment than we would if we were to give you this convenience and this opportunity to purchase it off market for less than what the comp sold on market for. So we don't play games when we get on the phone with these people. You need to stand your ground. Every single buyer, and I hope that this is everybody in the chat, we get on the phone with sellers and we beat them up on price. You think that buyers are not going to try to beat up wholesalers on the price? Everybody wants the best price. Everybody wants a good deal. But until you put your foot down and say, look, this is the price that we have, this is what you can buy it for, buyers are going to push you around and you have to be able to stand your ground and say, look, take it or leave it. And you have to also be in a position where you can really say, take it or leave it, and then go and sell it to somebody else for more money.
No, I thought you did an outstanding job. The guy was trying to push you just like they always try, and you just kept your ground and pushed back and said, "Hey, not relevant. Stick to the numbers I'm giving you. Not relevant. Not relevant." I loved it. It was great. Because it is not relevant to him how much you make. If you make 100,000, so be it. You did a great job of buying. That's none of his business. So kudos to you. Great job.
Appreciate that, Bob. Thank you, everybody.
Well, that was fun. I mean, it even kept Matt staying in the audience.
I know. I
He
think he got
doesn't even want to
scared.
come on stage now.
What happened to him? He's trying to get something creative going. That's what he's running the numbers on the terms. You see how he was asking
Yeah.
about the water shut off, or not water shut off, code violations? Are there any other liens list? This is a cash transaction. You want to move forward or not? It's as simple as that. Good morning,
Unfortunately,
sir.
we were not able to hear him that well, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. I keep finding myself in these situations. I need a good laptop, man. I got this laptop. I need a good
Well,
laptop.
Nate gave a great suggestion. He said if you turn off your noise suppression in Discord, that might help. So I don't know if it does or not, but something to try.
Yeah, I turned off noise
This is
suppression.
I tuned out once you said that you were not interested in any creative offers. So then I was like, well, there goes. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not an interested party.
Sorry about that, man. Just this
Yeah.
deal.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. How are you guys?
All right, all right.
Fired up.
I got a question for you. I asked this earlier today, and I got one suggestion. I want to hear what your suggestion is, or if you know the answer. Can you buy real estate with crypto?
Uh, yes, I think it's title company dependent though.
Okay. Have you done it
The
before?
title company. No, I've never bought. I don't have enough crypto to be able to buy a property, but I know that my attorney has a title company here in Chicago. Oh, God, I keep doing that. Not, not
You
here in
have
Chicago.
an attorney who is in
Yeah,
Chicago.
back in Chicago. And I know like they were one of the first title companies to do like all electronic filings. So, like deed recordings and things like that after closing, most title companies would take like anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks to record it. They were doing electronic, it'd be like same day or within 24 hours. So they did a lot of stuff that other title companies weren't doing. And then I know, tried at one point to do like the crypto thing, or he was going to get into that space when crypto was hot of allowing crypto payments at the title company. So I think it's title company dependent. I think like California was doing it for a while, or I know like people were trying. Well, you would know, but I thought there was things going on, but I don't know. It's such a volatile. I don't get how you could. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess it's between the buyer and seller, right? Like if both agree that whatever the
right.
crypto amount is being sent at that exact second is what they think that the property's worth, then I guess who outside of that can say yes or no. I just know that like I could send you crypto and then 15 seconds later it's worth nothing.
That's the thing, there's more stability with a dollar or even gold for that matter, right? I mean, compared to, I'm not into crypto, so I don't know. Christian gave a good answer or suggestion. He said, it's just a transfer of crypto from wallet to wallet. Okay, that's fair, but crypto
Yeah.
like you said, is not as stable as the dollar is. It can go up and down. It's with the market, really, whereas the
And
dollar
like
is
I
not
said,
necessarily.
I guess if both parties agree that, like,
Yeah,
again, if I
yeah,
give you one
of course.
Bitcoin and you and I both agree that, like, this Bitcoin is equal to or greater than the monetary value of this property, and I agree to accept that, who outside of that? And like they're saying, yeah, like the transaction could be instantaneous. Somebody was posting in one of the agent groups, and it's not crypto related, but just in terms of like convenience, he bought a house. I think he's from Russia. He's Russian, and he bought
Mhm.
a property there in Russia, and he was talking about his experience buying property in a foreign country and just how expedited that process is. Like here, it's so drawn out and so many things take place.
Mm.
There, he said he bought this property in less than I think it was 36 hours or something crazy like that. And it was just like one wire transfer, it was just like a 3-step process. It was very quick. And just how complicated it can be here. And some of it's complicated for a reason, but again, the crypto aspect of it, I'm not in this space at all, so but I know like the instantaneous transfer aspect of it is pretty intriguing.
Well, I mean, like you said, any purchase, especially in real estate, has to have consideration, and if the consideration is crypto and both parties agree to it, so be it. That's consideration.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like what I always like. That's part of my thing with creative. I'm always like, in a traditional, there's a bunch of third party people, right? There's lenders, there's appraisers, there's underwriters, there's all these people that are included on the deal that aren't a part of the buyer that can say yes, no, maybe so on that deal. Buyer and seller can go, I love this, let's both do this, and
Right.
an underwriter can get involved and say, nope, you can't do it for X, Y, Z. The appraiser can come in and give you a bad appraisal. Now it's no. In a creative finance thing, it's just buyer and seller. You agree that this is a good deal. I agree it's a good deal. No third party person can tell us yes, no, maybe so. We will get this to the closing table if you and I decide this is a good deal. I feel like the crypto thing, I don't, again, so I don't know. I don't think you can do it with a lender though, at least. I think it'd have to be like a quote unquote cash purchase.
More than likely,
Because
it sounds like it. Yeah.
I mean, unless there's some like real modern lender that's going to come out with like crypto guidelines and be able to do a loan with. I mean, imagine that buying something and having a loan that
Yeah.
was based off of a crypto purchase. Like that'd
Crypto,
be.
right? Yeah. I mean,
Maybe not for
Sophia
another
is
couple
saying if you
years.
want stability, you can use USDT, which is a crypto that
USDT,
follows
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yep, Yeah,
So
so
there you go.
you can convert everything that way. Yeah, I mean, again, there's people well more versed than us, I'm sure, with crypto
Oh
and
yeah.
how to
Yeah.
do that or what coins to use. That would be more stable instead of like a very volatile coin that would trade for real estate. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting though. I do think that there should be things, and I thought COVID was going to be like the big push to get title companies to do things electronically and to speed up the process a little bit. And a lot of them just stayed like dinosaurs, and it's crazy how some of them are still operating.
Yeah. And then on the other side of it, if I think about it a little bit, if you are an investor and you're holding a property that you just bought with crypto and the value changes on the crypto, how does that affect your capital gains taxes on the back end?
Yeah, so now you're not even talking about like equity capital gains. You're talking about like crypto, like yeah. What if it just
How
goes
does
to
it
the moon?
combine? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like a Silicon Valley real estate conversation more than what's happening in like St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm buying properties. But I would
Uh,
blow their minds if I brought crypto into the
yeah.
conversation.
Hey, do you guys accept crypto?
Doing EMD with crypto, all of a sudden it's like $1,000 EMD, and then I put it into escrow. Now that EMD is worth 5 million within 2 days.
Right. Uh,
Just silly.
but thank you, Sophia, for bringing that up. That's an interesting topic that has not been brought up here before. So, how's everybody else doing? Who else has a question or needs to get a treat from us?
Ooh, a
A
trick or
treat.
treat.
Oh, today's
Yeah.
Halloween. Forgot about that, huh? Spooky.
Man, don't you
Wow,
guys read my post for every morning?
that's what I'm
Jesus,
saying.
making me feel really special here.
I'm sorry, Bob. I just know that when I get that notification, I know what time it is. It's Spooktacular
Game time.
Tuesday. Same time, same
Game
place.
time. Game time. Same time.
La, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, so yeah, so I had a question. I had
Well, I have
this
a
prop.
question for you first.
Yeah.
What's your real name?
It's Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see where that name comes from. All right, Jay.
Yeah, so I had a property. It was 80 acres in Tennessee. I'm kind of new to wholesaling, so I was looking for buyers for it. The actual listing agency was okay with me wholesaling it just because it's off market, but she had a few properties actually that have been on market for a while, and I offered to help her with some, but they already had gotten sold by the time that I got the contract. So she offered me this one that was off market. She knows I'm wholesaling it. And I said I would find a buyer within 7 days, and today's the third day. It's not. I mean, I have found a lot of people just say, send me the information. I've sent the information to about 20 people at this point. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong exactly. Um, but especially even with like finding properties as well. Like I like to be very conservative with my numbers, and then that just means I end up getting less deals. And I don't know what exactly I'm doing wrong with finding cash buyers, but I mean, I just came here to ask for some advice.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up and asking your question. So first things first, you said you're new to wholesaling. If you're new to
Yeah.
wholesaling, how many cash buyers do you already have?
So the way I find my cash buyers is I go on Zillow and I find recently sold properties with the same criteria, and then I contact those buyers.
Excellent. No, that's a great way, but do you have a list of cash buyers at all?
No,
Okay, so you don't. And then this property was listed, it's on market. You
no,
talked
it's
to the
off market.
Oh, it's off market. Okay.
Yeah,
So why would you give yourself such a short time period to find a buyer? Why did you tell them 7 days? Why didn't you
because
ask
I
for
feel like
longer?
I feel like if I at least didn't get somebody who asked for an inspection period, or at least showed some interest within 7 days, then I feel like at that point I just don't have a buyer for it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's very nice of you to do that.
Realistic.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fine. Now, as far as finding more buyers, especially for land, 80 acres, I think John Johnson's your man. Have you brought it up to him?
No.
Okay. So, John, how would you be able to help Jay with 80 acres of land in Tennessee? And he's got
Well,
4 days of inspection period.
first and foremost, I would tell him he needs to cancel that agreement. It's not going to happen. I don't know if your inspection period is only 4 days. I don't know when your closing date is, but land does not move that quickly. Land takes time. So anytime I get into a land deal, I'm ideally looking for 90 business days to close and a minimum of 45 business days for inspection. And during that inspection period, that's where I market the property. Me personally, I like to novate things. I want to put stuff on the MLS. So I'm going to get additional paperwork signed from the seller that will give me the legal right to do that. And I will do exactly that. But it's going to take way more than 7 days to find somebody that's going to purchase the property. And I got to make sure that I have it at a price that the market is willing to pay. So if this is a legit lead, you know, with all due respect, you're telling me that you just started wholesaling, so it's not really like you have an idea of what is really a lead versus I'm trying to get something under contract because you're just getting started, something I could potentially help you with, but I just got to make sure that it's not a deal.
Yeah, I understand.
Hopefully
Hope
that
that
helps.
helps.
Yeah, thank you.
And then moving forward, if you got any land questions, ask John before you put it under contract. He'll help you out.
Got you.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for coming. Matt just didn't like us today at all. Jesus. What did we say? What did we do? Or is he just playing a trick on us? Hey, Christian, I was typing up an answer for you, but it's just going to take too long. So if you want to calculate the rehab on a property, it doesn't matter if it's a disclosed or non-disclosure state. You want to be able to have eyes on the property from the inside. Okay. So, I mean, if you are just throwing a ballpark figure out there at the beginning, okay, fine. Yeah. You just take the way that I do it, the way that I like to do it is I just take the square footage of the property, multiply it by the national average of rehab. If it's just cosmetic, and you can get that based on the conversation that you have with the seller. So you ask him, hey, when was the last time, or have you upgraded the kitchen or the bathrooms in the last 5-10 years? No. Okay, so they probably need to be upgraded. What is the paint? Does it need like a paint? Is it outdated? When was the last time? Is everything in original condition? You just keep asking those basic questions. How old are the main ones? The roof, the AC, the plumbing, electrical, water heater, windows, all of those. You ask these types of questions to get a better idea, at least in your mind initially, before having somebody go out there to check the property out. And then if it's just your basic cosmetics, you multiply it by $40. So if it's 1,000 square foot times 40, that's 40K. Okay. This is national average. You got to understand. Okay. Some parts of the country, it's going to be cheaper. Some parts are going to be way more. In California, probably closer to $60-65 just for the cosmetics. Okay. If it's got major issues, okay, then you multiply it by higher, by $60. Okay, that's a gut job. Okay. If it needs any of the majors, like for example, if it needs a roof, if the roof is 20, 30 years or older, it needs probably a roof. If it's got foundation issues, then it's going to be more. So by asking those questions, it doesn't matter again if it's in a disclosed or non-disclosed state. You can gather that information and have a general idea. And then after that, the best thing that you could do is actually have someone, if it's a virtual market, if you're not in the market yourself where you can't go there yourself, is to have somebody partner up with somebody, have them go and take pictures for you and take lots and lots of pictures and videos for you. That way you'll have a great idea of what you're looking at and what you're buying or what you're putting under contract. And if you're a wholesaler, those are the same pictures and videos that you're going to use to be able to market your property to your buyers. Hope that helps. See, that's why I didn't want to type that. Would have been just too long. John Bonilla, my friend, how are you, buddy?
Great. How are you guys doing this morning?
Morning.
Excellent.
Good morning. So I had a question about working with a real estate agent. If they bring a buyer, can we pay them a commission, or is that not allowed?
So what is your role? Are you the seller or buyer?
Seller.
You're the seller. So
yeah, it's actually a JV deal. Mm-hmm.
Okay, in general, the seller is the responsible party for paying the commissions for realtors, normally for both buyer and listing agents. Okay, so if you're the seller, you normally are responsible for paying that commission. Now that commission can be a percentage or it can be a flat fee. Okay, dollar amount.
Oh, so, sorry, I said seller, but it's assignment of contract. So
I see. Okay, so you are the buyer in the purchase agreement, and you have an agent who's going to be bringing you your end buyer. Is that what you mean?
Exactly, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So that's a conversation between you and your end buyer. Whoever that wants to pay it can pay. If it was me, I would probably be paying the agent for bringing the buyer, but I would bump up my assignment fee.
Okay. Yeah, I was just unsure. I'd heard Zach Gann, he said you couldn't pay an agent a commission. I didn't know if that was state specific because I'd never heard that before.
Why is that?
He said sorry. He said you couldn't pay an agent a commission if it's an assignment contract, and I'd never heard that before. So
yeah,
I didn't know if that's true or not.
I have not heard of that. I mean, Zach Gann is very knowledgeable. It might have been for a specific situation, but as far as I know, there's no reason why you can't pay. Now, a commission, again, I would call it probably maybe he's talking technically or legally you can't. I'm not sure, but I would probably call it just a flat fee, consulting fee, or marketing fee, something like that, to cover myself, especially if you don't have a license. Okay. But besides that, I don't see why you can't do it.
Okay. All right. And then my last question is, when you guys are doing a joint venture deal, say your partner gets an agreement, purchase and sale agreement with the seller, do you guys typically use it like an option agreement, or do you just use put both your names on the joint venture, or do you do a joint venture agreement where you put both your names, or do you just facilitate the agreement between the original wholesaler and the buyer?
So I want to make sure I understand this question. John Johnson has a house for sale. I put it under contract, and then I would want to JV with John Bonilla to find my end buyer. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is on the contract with John Johnson. Okay. And then I have a JV agreement with John Bonilla. And then John Bonilla goes and brings the end buyer. And then we have an assignment contract between Bob and John and the end buyer. And so we assign it to him or her.
Okay. So
does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, okay. So John has the original purchasing. Sorry, he signed the purchase and sale agreement, and then you found the buyer. You're saying you found the buyer?
Okay, we can change it to that. Yeah. So John puts a property under contract. Okay. And then he reaches out to me and says, "Hey, Bob, can you help me find a buyer for this?" Say, "Sure, no problem." I'll go and find a buyer, and we put a JV agreement between me and John Johnson, okay? And then
Okay.
I bring my buyer in, okay? Let's say I bring AB as the end buyer, okay? And
Okay.
I sign an assignment contract with AB, okay? Assigning my contract, or John's contract actually, to him. Okay, so the original purchase agreement between John and the seller is now assigned to AB, with me having a JV agreement with John Johnson, and all of this paperwork is given to title, and they will, sort everything out.
Okay. For some reason that's so confusing, and this funny thing is I've done at least with 3 JV agreements. I don't understand. I mean, I understand it, but it's just confusing to me.
Well, how many
Because I
people
know, and
are
then
involved?
there's same amount, like with the same scenario that we just talked about. Because yeah, because so my name's like, okay, so same thing. Let's use the same scenario. So I'm doing a JV agreement. I found a buyer, and the buyer's asking, the name on the purchase and sale agreement is not your name. And I said, yes, I have a JV agreement. I guess I should send the JV agreement to the buyer. But so I've actually done that in the past, but I've also done an option, because I know Jamil Damji, he recommends you do an option instead of a JV agreement, because he says there might be in case there's any liability between the original wholesaler and the seller. But I've done both, but it still was confusing to me. But I guess it makes better sense now.
So, suggestion is, selfishly, next time, bring a deal to me, and we'll JV, and we'll walk through everything together.
Yeah. No, I mean, I understand. It's just the JV agreement was a confusing one, because the JV agreement, maybe I have a bad JV agreement the way I read it also. I'll have
We've
to
got
look
a
through that
solid one
again.
that we give out to everybody for free in the community. Super simple. We got an exclusive one, meaning regardless of whether or not somebody else brings a buyer or whatever, you're getting paid on that deal. And then there's a non-exclusive one that depends on you bringing a buyer, and both of those are available for everybody to use. And I personally have used them, and they work.
All right, perfect. I'll check it out. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Take
John.
care.
All right, Bob. Thank you. Thank you to everybody
Thank
that
you, my
showed
friend.
up. Appreciate you all. You
This
want to
was a
take us
good one.
out? This was a good one.
Yeah. So today is Halloween. It's a special day as far as social events are concerned, but it's just another day of work for us. Just another day to chop wood and carry water. Keep grinding, everyone. Put your heads down and just keep doing what you're doing. And you have people in this community to help you out. You have AB, you have Jonathan, you have John Johnson, you have me, you have Matt, Riley, Dan Fazio. All of these people are ready and willing to help you. Okay? You just need to do the work and know that we're here for you guys. I hope everybody has a great Halloween evening. Go trick-or-treating. I'm going trick-or-treating. So it's going to be fun. This is my favorite holiday. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one, everyone.
Take care, Bob.